Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Miss Peaches. I'm back to do another video. And remember, all donations could be sent spiritually. Just be like, yo, I watched Peaches video. Make sure that girl get blessed. Shout outs for it. Alright? But at the same time, I'm coming up here, I'm going to break down a pick of Uranus reading. Alright? It is so busy right now, and I'm trying to find a positive outlet to really be in at this present time because it's really busy in my life and busy in the world. And I'm learning how to feel about it. That's the way I'm really in. The reason I picked it is because I'm on the East Coast. So on the East Coast, at this current time, Uranus appears to be in the 5th house. So take for granted the planetary rotation and the wheel rotation is ever changing. Okay, so these messages are a moment in time, and I used to always say readings as a moment in time too. So this is what this is going to be, my series of a moment in time with Uranus. So I went out there because Uranus is in the 5th house, which is the creative house. And like I said, the energy is up there. So I said this might be, Uranus came to my mind when I was meditating. So I figured this might be a great thing. So I went in and saw what was going on with Uranus. So like I said, Uranus is in the 5th house at 25 degrees. Uranus have a sextile with Neptune at 1 degree, and it has a trine with Pluto at 3 degrees. So when I noticed that, I said, oh, these readings is going to be very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw the moon have an opposition with Uranus, and Mercury has an opposition with Uranus. I said, oh, this is really going to be very intriguing. So the moon is in the 12th house, Sag. Now, the zodiac energy, the alchemy right there is Sag and Pisces, right, in the 12th house, hidden realm. And the 12th house, yeah, it's the house of the hidden realm. Mercury is in the 11th house with Sag and got a little bit of Aquarius. So I figured this will work real great with Uranus right now. Even though it has a opposition with it, it will work real good for timing, especially with Saturn energy, which I didn't pay attention to, but Saturn could really play a role in here, especially if I have any connection with the moon or Mercury anytime soon, right? So then Neptune is in the 3rd house, so this is our environment. I said, okay, so I know for me, my sensitivity, now that it has a sextile and Neptune is in the 3rd house with this shit. So now we got a creative environment. So, okay, there goes sensitivity. And then Pluto is in the 2nd house, which is the house of resources. And then Uranus, what? Got a trine with Pluto and is in the house of creativity. Oh, so this is mastermind. And to think about how we are moving into the age of technology, the digital age. That means the high magic, the technicality in magic is going to be blended in within social media and everything in the digital platform. It always been there a little bit in the psychological debate, how the TV work and all those kind of things. So we escalating it, right? And I figured, what is more than a better idea than to sit here and do some style readings. So while you're watching this intro video, and it's going to be for all 3 of them, so if you want to bypass it, like I'm late in the game with it, right? You're already here now. But if you go to any other ones and you want to watch, you know, you can go ahead and bypass it. So this will be a heads up, okay? So, one reading is going to be about the divine circus, right? I feel like With its Pluto in the second house and Neptune in the third house, and we're talking about a combination of Pisces, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus energy all going together at one time with the sextile and the trine. I figured the universe would have very much tricksters and jokes, right? For us ordinary people, or us trying to search in how to obtain more of our spirituality, right? So I got this oracle is going to be the guide of those messages. I selected the tarot card for this one. I'm going to use the tarot deck with that one, right? Now the other two I haven't selected the tarot deck, but I have selected the theme. So the Lateran Oracle is more for people right here, the Lateran Oracle. The Lateran Oracle is for more other people who have their own belief system. You know, they're just very spiritual, right? And they have some things that's going on in their life. And this could lead to relationship or whatever. I don't know what the message is going to come out to be. But this is going to be the primary storyline in the connection with Uranus positions, okay? And then the next one is for a lot of people in nature who really connects with the animal side of nature, and how nature is going to, how Uranus will manipulate nature in the guidance with it, with Uranus planetary alignment also at this time in the 5th house, you know. So I'm giving you the situation of where my energy is coming from, where my messages would be drawn to, and how fluent and whether they would even resonate with you. Okay? So let's begin into the first one. Let's see how the universe is going to fuck with us. Alright, everybody. So this video is based off of, you know, if you watch the intro is on there. I'm not going to go back into it. I'm just going to dive right into the messages at this point in time, okay? So, universe. Hey. I'm trying to connect with the Uranus energy through the 5th house energetic vibration. And I noticed all the planetary alignment that I had already sat here and released into the ether as it pertains to the meditation that I had with you. I had a Divine Circus Oracle that's here. Can you lead the way and begin the game within the Divine Circus with one Oracle card here for my YouTube platform and any of my viewers from any of my other platforms. Alright, we have a card. We have the Proud Pieta. We have the Proud Pieta. That's pretty. So, to keep myself in a neutral ground and being a storyteller, since I don't have a lot of views and everything up here, and keep myself very neutral. I'm very intuitive, right? But I'm going to stay neutral right now for this first one because this is a fuck with your universe, right? So, they selected the number 33. Now, 33 is a mastery number. Also, as a matter of fact, hold on 1 minute. Alright, so I'm back. So, they told me instead of going through the book that came with the author, I have another book. I have a numerology book that I use, which is this right here, right? So I'm just going to read 33 because that is the card number, right? And this is still maintaining my ego, okay? So, but this is showing how the subconscious also works with obtaining more information, right? Because remember, okay, 33 as a outer personality number. You strike others as modest, humble, charitable. You always seem to gravitate to places where you are needed. You give more than you receive. So when we talking about somebody who might have the 33 now, and we're talking about the fact of, we're going to focus on the hidden realm and the friendship. So 33 right now might be focused and be more important for somebody as a personal number type of reading, okay? When you listening to me. Now 33 as a soul number. You are ready to sacrifice for humanity. You see clearly a vision of a future world conditions and feel ready to help in any way you can bring peace to all mankind. So for example, people who's into technology and doing many things, being that we moving into a digital world, how far will you go? Will you go all the way to treason? How would this go? Will they put you on a pathway to it? There is always a balance of good and bad. So when we talking about, when I say this is the fuck you reading, they didn't guided me very well. So this from the soul number. And being that Pluto has a trine with Uranus, and it is in the second house, right? Your house of resources. So your resources will be whatever your job or anything is, right? Now, the next one is a life lesson number, okay? You should be steady and ready and develop a strong desire to protect others. You would like to live close to nature, and this urge may influence you to choose a life in agriculture. Your goal would be to produce food on a large scale and to help provide substance for hunger of the world. So, for example, say that you have a situation where your income is limited. It might be needed for you to do some hustle methods that might go against the grain just to make it. So the universe might put you on a nice little spicy and thrill ride if you're not quite the rule breaker that you think you might be, right? Because it's all about the life lesson. So where would it also go to? So that means that while this opposition is going on with the moon opposition Uranus and Mercury opposition in Uranus, the things that might be going on might be giving you the courage right now to go ahead and get on that grind and do that rule breaking thing, and you're going to pass it. But what's the lesson? Could it be a lesson of greed? Could it be a lesson of desire? Could it be the lesson of ego? What is the higher purpose in it? So when we're talking about the mastery number 33 and Uranus being the genius and in the house of creativity that I have verified on the East Coast pattern of it at this current time, that is like 10 something in the morning. This is what it's all about. Now, we can see, I feel like it, because they telling me go back to the book. So let's go back to the book. Let's see what the book will say. If you were proud of who you are and everything you have learned in your life, free from shame, guilt, or judgment, what will you choose for yourself today? The choices you make for yourself from a place of feeling good are going to be more loving and helpful than anything from a place of self-judgment. And you know, just reading that one part, as a soul number, the sacrifice you might put into an effort, right? It's still part of it. 33 is a vibrational flux of this whole entire message, okay? So now, let's go ahead and get into the tarot part of it, okay? Pull out the tarot cards. Thank you, universe. I appreciate it. You know how I feel I'm connected to the 33 because I was a little bit nervous. I have, like I said, I have a lot going on. I'm trying to find my way of being obedient. And really right now, I resonate with it as me doing these videos as into the sacrifice. Now, it's an agriculture point of view because it's not about whether, for me at this point in time, because the status quo of me, it's not all about how many people see it. It's all about how I vibrate it. So in the agriculture way, you know, you have to take care of the land. All right. So, I don't even know how many cards to ask for. So, surprise me. Surprise me. Let's start it off and let's get into it. Let's get into how the universe will fuck with us. Alright. Alrighty. I got the way we're going to do this. Let's see if we connect it all the way. Alright, here we go. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Page of Wands. So let's say this is the Page of Wands is resonating with the sextile. Let's do it. The sextile with Neptune, right? And being that Neptune is in the 3rd house, which is our house of environment. So it's saying, as a Page of Wands, you're going to have this kind of like giddy moment of wanting to be self-involved in the situation. Whether this giddy moment could be like, maybe you at a friend's house and whoever they dating, seeing, involved, crushing on just kind of got sassy. And for some reason you decided to get sassy back. And it's a whole chain reaction. Let's say on the positive side, everybody started laughing after the fact. And then 3 days later, all of a sudden you started feeling some kind of way. You started feeling uncomfortable. You started to feel like maybe your friend felt like you was overboard. Maybe your friend think that you was jealous, you hating on them in their situation right now. You started getting all this energy coming over you. And you're like, don't know how to approach it, right? So let's get to the next card. So this is just like setting environment. I know it might sound like the friendship, but that guy. But you got to consider the soul lesson and the lesson and the pathway lesson. Okay, you got a soul mission. You got an outer personality mission, right? And then you got a life lesson. So what I did was make it sound like all 3 of them, because that's what the Page of Wands is all about, right? Oops, I'm shuffling the wrong deck. I was shuffling the Oracle deck. Oh. All right, next card. What's the next house we're going to hit? All right. Yes, it is. Oh, that's the High Priestess. Yes, it is. This is so pretty. So then, let's consider, this is so pretty. This is the High Priestess. This is so pretty. So now Uranus is now sextiling with Neptune. Being that sextiling to me is a very perplexed. To me it's so common with the way we averagely function is in a sextile. I'm serious. When we get the ideas, that's either like a conjunction, a trine, or opposition, dependent. Because like a trine could build up a business off an idea. And also an opposition, you know, an opposition type is like your inheritance. But anywho, let me stay on focus page. So like I said, we got this situation and you having all this coming on. So then the high priestess, right? The high priestess is here because it's still like, now it's the where you get perplexed at, right? Because this is where the moon is in opposition with Uranus, all right? This is the hidden realm. This is the 12th house. So this is the Sag and Pisces. So the Sag is now trying to come in, but you got to understand the moon is going to go into Capricorn, right? Which Capricorn is already in the second house. Okay? So stay with me in this storyline. What the fuck you? You know, this is just a primary example, but you know what you got going on when the vibration going to feel with you, right? So now, this opposition energy is what you feeling. That's why the high priestess is coming up. But see, it's going into Capricorn. And when it goes into Capricorn, the house of resources, right? This is when you're going to decide on how to approach the situation. You're going to start looking at it. You're going to go around your friend. You're going to be listening. See, now your resources is turning to your sensory possession, right? It's turning to the point, I need to hear what people saying. I need to see who's laughing, what they laughing at. If you're a strong person and based on y'all friendship, you might even confront that person and be like, yo, is something going on here? Now, depending on how close you are, going to determine whether you is really that expressive. And see, that's when you talking about the degrees. Like Uranus is in Taurus at 25 degrees itself. And the moon is also going in Capricorn. So the things that you could use and how strong and how forceful and how you present it going to determine. So like if it's coming from a life lesson point of view, right? This life lesson could be the fact, say that you is trying to definitely define who you are. So this whole situation is occurring because when the Capricorn energy and the fact it has a trine with Pluto in the second house, right? And so if you feel like you not that type of person, you're like, oh, this is not my characteristics, right? It's going to present your characteristics through yourself in a different situation. So depending on the life, say it could be all three of them, right? The life lesson, the soul number, and everything, right? Depending on how you respond to this, say that in this response you end up turning remorseful. Maybe you might be turning remorseful because maybe you do love yourself. You probably really do love yourself. And that's how the hidden realm could do it. And you only feeling remorseful because you wouldn't cause your own self no harm. But accept the reality of the answer that you actually searching for could be the most difficult part of all. That is the biggest challenge. And that's why the high priestess is here. And that's why it has the connection in opposition with the moon. is on a life lesson path is teaching you a life lesson. Do you need to be fucking around with the fuck around? Do you need to be asking all these questions? What the fuck do these questions mean? Why are they fucking important? Who path are you on? Are you on the path of your own? Are you on the path of society? Who's dictating this? And see, that's where the fuck around part of it comes in, that when it comes to the universe and the way these things could play out. So let's see the next house it's going to be at. Alright, what's the next house energy we going to? That is so, I'm telling you, man. These cards are so beautiful. You see this High Priestess? Like, just to see the crescent, like the card selection to even connect the moon with this, which is the one that's in the 12th house, is the moon, is just so beautiful. I'm just serious. Like, it is just so beautiful. All right, what's the next? What's the next card here? What's the next? Bing, bing, bing. Oh man, the universe is every fucking thing. They ain't shit and they every fucking thing. And that's what I mean. Ain't shit is part of everything, but a lot of people have a mind, especially with this Mercury opposition, right? To think that ain't shit is not part of them being everything. Cause they like, that shit disrespectful. But then when they send us messages in these forms of using ourselves into answering our questions and our personal desires, we could come out and say, you a fucked up motherfucker. We could say that shit quickly and think that we not literally casting out the universe. Oh man, this is the fuck you, right? And I have the next location we're going to, the next card. Where we headed to now? Oh, we got 2 cards. Okay, they're making this mysterious. Oh man, they're making this mysterious for me. Get it? And they have them face down. And I ain't even lying to you, for my sensitivity that I be when I'm in these readings. I'm literally nervous on flipping these 2 cards over. I am really literally nervous like this, but it's like a sighting nervous. It's like a intimate type of nervous while I'm into this feeling. All right. They gave us the Hermit and the 10 of Swords. But y'all see that angel that's right there? See, this is why I picked this deck to be the fuck you that. It is just so lit on the spirituality. It is. It is just so lit on the spirituality. Look at that right there. Look at that sun. You see the sun right there on that card? Ain't it? Yes. And they gave it Gemini. That should have been Mercury, right? See the Gemini symbol with it. And that's Neptune, the 3rd house, got the Gemini. And then it comes with the Hermit, the Hangman. It's like, it's a time, it's like This is what this message is really saying. I know I say what I say because it is true, but on the serious tip, everything that we do and every way we think, to be honest, is all part of that great plan with the Hermit being right here, right? It's all part of it. It's all part of that great plan. You see the youthful, you see how that Lateran sits. That is just so beautiful. And when you see an angel that's right there, is growth. You don't see the wings gone. You see a time of that symbol of that mask over here in his hand. That remind me of things that make you laugh and cry. Right? No matter, there's nothing I could convince anyone. Trust me, I'm going to tell you this. This is the best way I'm going to come. Also, Uranus coming in. It's nothing I know for a fact I can ever explain to anybody what the universe is, what the one feel like. It is just something that you're going to always feel no matter what anybody tells you. No matter what. And that's also what that Hermit is representing in that Ten of Swords. No matter what anybody says, it's going to be something that's inside of you. That everyday decisions that we make or we encounter different people, it's inside of us. And it's coming out to play a story. So people who is on their journey trying to find themselves, it's not really that horrible. The part that makes it really so horrible is the flesh. Ourselves that want to have our answers right then and there. We want to have things the way we want it. We want to have it the way somebody maybe predicted for us. We want to have it the way that we perceive it. When we take on other people's ideas, which we consume every single day, and that's why that Hermit card is here. We consume it every day from birth. As a baby, we consume how we supposed to walk. We looking at other people and the way they laugh and smile, and we will never ever stop consuming that. And being able to understand that it's the whole totality what makes life the mystery, and give us all our opportunity to tell a side, to help somebody, to guide anybody, to end something just for a beginning. It's all part of it. So, the shadow card here is the strength card. That is so pretty. I have a lot of major arcanas. I only have two of them that's not. Oh no, they're 2 and 2. 2 major arcanas and 2 minor arcanas. But look at that. Which also could say, it's so many people on the world. I believe at times our sun sign is the way that the universe want to communicate with us. Sometimes our sun sign do dictate different things that come to unlock more for the universe. It's like our sun sign is that Lateran, and there go the universe right there. So when you get that great idea to find your ancestry path, see, that's what Gemini is. It's a twin, right? You can get on that great idea. Also could be your life lesson, twin energy. It could be your soul number, twin energy. And it can be your outer personality energy, still twin energy. It's all part of life. But trust me, it's going to be messy. But, to get back on track before, because I'm about to end this, I hope you enjoyed the video. But it's going to be a messy situation. Take in consideration the choices that you made. I mean, it's going to be messy because the universe wanted messy. That's all to it. That's why it's the 33. So take advantage of the messy situation and figure out within the 12th house, the 11th house, the 3rd house, and the 2nd house. Sit down and think about what you got going on just the basic meaning of the houses. Don't go look at your zodiac signs first. Okay? Just right now, at this point in time, if this message resonates for you, the finishing off the guidance and advice message for you, sit down and say, resource house. Think about your resources and write that down, right? Think about what's in your environment that's good or bad for you, or you think is the main focus. Look at the friendships that play a role within those resources and environment, okay? After you play a role with them, when you get to the hidden realm, take a mirror at that paperwork and say, who am I? And break down those adjectives. And then if you feel like you need to go to the next place, go see where your Uranus at. And go see whether your Uranus have any of those placements. And then take it from there. I'm just here. I love to help people. So this is the advice that I give you. I feel people should always be independent. I maybe because I'm a solitary type of witch, I believe in privacy. So I'm always here to help. If people want private sessions, I'm available for them. But at the same time, I'm going to still set you up to become knowing yourself. Alright? So thanks for watching. And there we go. It's going to be a hot shit and mess. Uranus going to correct for us. Curiosity definitely would kill a lifeline.